I'm back again today on the 8 kilowatt lithium iron phosphate battery by TOPBAND. So it's a 3.2 LFP. So it's 25 amp hours, 3.2 volts, LIFEPO4 batteries. And I have about 100 because 25, 45, 50 here, 25, 25 there is 50. So what I've done is I decided to, you've seen the videos, I made a lot of videos on this, 25 of them for a pack, 25, 25. So what I've done, I went through this, a series, then parallel all the negatives all the way, negatives. That's what I did. So if you go vertical or horizontal, it's 5 modules, it's 5 cells, sorry. And you go vertical, is 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cells vertical, 5 cells, like 5 horizontal. So 4 in series will give you the 4S configuration for 12 volt. And after that, I parallel them, all of them. This is what I've done. So this is, I call the manual balancing. It's a top balancing by you with a manual BMS. So this is my manual BMS. It's a battery bank without a BMS, but I'm using a manual BMS. So the manual BMS, if you watch the videos, you see all these copper wires going through. So after doing all this configuration, I know maybe it's gonna make sense to you, maybe not, you're gonna be confused, but I don't blame you, because this is not something that is there on the book. This is JW Solar creation or invention. So this is just a science project here. So if you find it difficult to understand, well, just trying to follow along. But this is not something you can just find someone just did. Okay? Except me so far, because I didn't look it up. I created this. And I decided to go through. After that, I used the copper string and go all the way. So that means I parallel all these batteries. This is the positive terminals all the way with the copper. And these are all the negatives, so I balance them all the way. So instead of using a BMS, it's hard to use a 4S BMS into this configuration, because if you go this way is a 4S. So could you imagine how much BMSs I have to use to work on this battery? So this is a 4, or if you go 5, okay, here alone supposed to be 5 BMS, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20 BMS to work on this battery. 20. So it's not possible for me to buy 20 BMSs to do all this. I can't do it. So I created my system. And this string I use is a heavy gauge. I forgot how many gauges that. Here is the box. So you can see what it is. It's a 20 gauge. It's a 50-foot 20 gauge. So this is what I've done, and this is what I've used to link these guys. And I went all the way. The negatives are all tied. I can be able to put a bus bars here. But I want to make these batteries as portable as I can, which if I want to break this battery in 12 volts, I can. I can able to use just one of these in 12 volts. I can use 2 in 24, or I can do 48. It's just a matter of flipping the batteries. So since the positive is here, so positive here, I will flip this one here, comes here as a negative. Then I'll flip this one flip these guys, come to the negative here, and the positive supposed to be on the side. So just interconnect and rotate them, and that's a 48 volt at 125 amp hours. Right now we're sitting at 500 amps, excuse me. So 24 volts is be 250 amp hours, because two of these, then we series them. So 25, 25, 25, stay 25, voltage goes up, 25, 25, voltage goes up, the amp stay the same. So it's 250 right there. But right now it's sitting at a 500 amp hours at 12 volts. I don't want to make it permanent, so I can make it as a mobile. I can just take these strings back off if I wanted to, or I can just use a bus bar coming all the way here for 12 volts, and I can able to do on a 24 volts. I have to cut these wires, these little wires. I have to cut them, so these ones can all stay balanced, and stay balanced. So all in all is a 8 kilowatt lithium iron phosphate batteries, which I got a long time ago from battery hookup. This battery has been sitting approximately a year now, and I use different kind of bus bars here, because these are the Ford Focus bus bars, and these are the original ones that came. I bought these ones on Alibaba. That's what it is called, because I was looking for the cells when battery hookup lost these batteries or they were gone. So I ended up finding them on AliExpress. So I purchased a set of that. It comes with the bus bars, and this one doesn't come with. So I use my Nissan Leaf bus bars. I cut them up and trying to do everything. These ones I bought from Battery Hookup. They can only carry about 100 amps. So I bought them. They still have a lot of them. So I bought some of them and improvise. You can see it's not even exactly, so I have to drill a hole right here to match to connect these batteries. So this is what I've got. So I stick up this copper all the way for pulling or charging and discharging on this side, positive, and I have one of them right there. So this is a top balancing without BMS or capacitors. If I have to use a passive capacitors like these guys here, that will cost me so much with the wires and balancers. Could you imagine how much of them I have to put here? It's same. I think it's about 25 of them as well. Interconnecting them here, all the way one balancer, all the way one balance. They will balance, but the problem is a lot of balancers. They're gonna be hanging there, which I can able to still do, and comes here. They're all gonna be parallel, all the bus bars here. This battery will stay balanced. So I just want to use a passive balancing, which is my balancer with these wires. Just ingenuity, so I can able to do what I'm doing here without. You can do anything without the proper stuff that you're supposed to have, or adequate thing. You can use you can improvise. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hook up these batteries, and these batteries will be sitting almost a year approximately, and they are still charged. They are still charged properly. I think balance. I don't go all the way to individual, but I believe they are all balanced, because there's no way they can go out of balance the way I have them set up with all this little copper string in all the way, because this one follow all the way. That's the negative, and you see that's the pause. You see negative all the way to the bus bar. The next one is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, and negative, positive right there. So yeah, so we're gonna put them through test. Since we built them, we never put a load test into this. We want to get them running with this Magnum right here, and this is a 12 volts. It's MMS 1012. So I have all the cables here. Then I'm gonna do a proper setup here. We're gonna be, maybe we're gonna end up having a Victron smart shunt in between, or maybe Renogy smart shunt. It depends which I want to use, to see if we're gonna have that 500 amps capacity at 8 kilowatts, if we can able to draw all those batteries and deplete them and see what the capacity test went for us. Live and subscribe. JW Solar USA. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, because I still have some of them here I'm putting together, and I have another pack. This is a complete pack just like the other ones, 25 here, so I need 10 more to make another pack complete. Thanks for watching.